Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the executive meeting on the 14th of October. I would just like to say that this is a virtual meeting, so if anything goes wrong with the internet, if we can just be patient, we'll endeavour to put it right. Are there any apologies, please? No apologies?
Thank you, Chair. We've received apologies from Councillor Ian Jelly.
Thank you very much, Anne. You made me jump then. I didn't expect it. Have we any declarations of interest? Okay. Minutes of the meeting of the Executive Committee held on the 15th of September 2020. May I take those as a true record of what was said, the business done?
Yes, Chair.
Yes, Chair.
Very much. We have one speaker to my knowledge who would like to speak, and Councillor Anne Lee would like to speak on item 9. Are there any other speakers or people wishing to speak?
No, Chair.
In that case, then, we got the draft work programme came out today for everybody. I know that because I saw it. So we now go into the item 9, Housing Capital Programme 2020-2021. And I believe that John Conway has joined us and is talking to this report. John, over to you.
Thank you, Chair. This report concerns the procurement exercise for this year's kitchen and bathroom refurbishment programme, and it seeks the committee's approval to accept the recommended tender. The project involves replacing bathroom and kitchen installations, and in some cases this necessitates remodelling internal layouts to improve the functionality for our tenants. It's planned to carry out work this year to 89 properties, and these are mainly in Orchard Crescent, Almond Road, Laburnum Crescent, Walnut Crescent, Cedar Road and Maple Road in Kettering. In seeking contractors for the project, the Council utilised the Efficiency East Midlands procurement framework, and this involved running a mini competition involving a number of pre-vetted contractors from the framework. So a mini competition enables us to select a contractor with the necessary expertise and experience to carry out extensive and disruptive works in occupied dwellings. And as a result, we chose this contractor based on a scoring system that was 60% quality and 40% cost. Although contractor A submitted a tender that was £82,000 more than that of the lowest tenderer, they did have the highest combined score for cost and quality. It's therefore recommended that the Council awards the contract for this phase of the kitchen and bathroom refurbishment programme to contractor A in the sum of £426,158. Subject to your approval, the contract's planned to commence on site in November and works will be complete by the end of March 2021. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, John. Before I hand over to Councillor Mark Rowley, I'd like to call Anne Lee, Councillor Lee, into the meeting, please.
He's on my way in, Chair.
Thank you. Good evening.
Councillor Lee, can you hear us? Oh.
You're muted.
Councillor Lee?
Sorry.
There we go. We can
Off
hear
you go. The floor is yours
Okay.
for 3 minutes.
I just say, I think online there's no sound, but okay, so I have no idea where I've come in, but okay. Thank you, Chair, for allowing me to speak. I agree with the proposal that is made on item 9, if that's what we're talking about. That is to spend money renovating bathrooms and kitchens in 89 council houses in Avondale wards. Now, I understand that fewer houses can be done than anticipated because we are going for quality. I completely agree with that. My question, I've got several questions about it though. Where is it? In 258 of the proposal of the report, I can see that the works are due to start in November and finish in March. My question is, how certain is it that the job can be finished in March? considering that that's a lot of houses, 89, and it's just a few months. Who will pay for the work if it overruns after the authority for housing transfers to the shadow authority? And another question is, there must be more houses that were identified as needing a new bathroom and a kitchen, but that can now not be done, not be overhauled because of the costs. Isn't there any flexibility in the housing revenue account budgets? Because there are different budgets for the roofs, front doors, kitchens and bathrooms. Is there no flexibility in the budget to spend some of the other pots of money on these houses to have their kitchens and bathrooms done? Now that's Avondale ward. My ward, Pipers Hill, has been waiting for so long. It's become bottom of the list for front doors and kitchens and bathrooms. So I wonder whether there isn't any more money for more work to be carried out. But that's what I wanted to say, Chair.
Thank you very much.
Councillor Lee, I'll just pop you back in the waiting room. Thank you. I've just double checked. We have got audio running on YouTube, so
Yeah,
we're all good.
Okay. John, would you like to talk to those things?
Certainly. We have worked out a programme of works quite carefully. So we're confident that the works can be undertaken by the end of March. Obviously during the winter period, and COVID is a factor, but if works were to overrun, the contract would be novated to the new authority, and the budget would continue as well. So that wouldn't be a greater problem than any other project. So existing commitments would have first call on the capital programme and the new authority in any case. So the second thing about bringing other properties in, there is some flexibility in the capital programme, and we've already been back to executive committee this financial year to recast the programme to make it easier to undertake works where there's less disruption to tenants. And we would keep an eye on other budgets. So if there's underspend, we would seek to deploy it to different projects where we could actually increase the scope of works. And in terms of the third point that Councillor Lee made regarding Pipers Hill and other wards, the answer really is that a third of our housing stock was built before the Second World War, and a lot of those properties have quite small scullery kitchens. And so there are many, many more properties throughout the stock that would benefit. So we have a rolling programme, and kitchen and bathroom refurbishment is part of business as usual. And the property services team are doing a lot of work on planning the programme for future years based on stock condition information. So the properties have been identified for this year are those that we've deemed have the most urgent need. And the intention is to work through the stock either through kitchen and bathroom replacement or through the Homes for the Future programme.
Thank you, John. I'd now like to hand over to Councillor Mark Rowley.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, really pleased that this has come forward, getting more bathrooms and kitchens sorted out for another 89 of our tenants. As Councillor Lee said, asked about the flexibility of the budget. As John said, a few months ago, we did come back to rejig the budget so that we could do more repairs. Unfortunately, we've got to work within the HRA budget. So I'd love to be able to tell everybody we could upgrade all their houses now, but we just can't afford it within the HRA budget without serious consequences. The report and the contractors does say that we're continuing to provide good quality homes for our residents. This includes the kitchens and bathrooms, which is really good news. And I'd just like to point out for anyone listening and remind them that councillors do not see who the contractors are. We've got no idea who these contractors are. We're just going off the information provided on this report. So it is completely blind for councillors. Unless anyone's got any questions.
Was there any questions? Do you want to go to the recommendation?
Yeah, so I put forward the recommendation as per 7.1.
Are you content by showing your hands?
I think, Chair, we probably need to do a verbal
Do we?
vote. Yeah, to be on the safe side, so that
We're
anyone.
going to do a verbal.
Yeah.
So just wait. You're going to have your name called out, and you can say whether you're for, against, or abstaining.
Thank you, Chair. I'll go through each councillor in turn. Councillor Russell Roberts.
I'm for.
Councillor Leslie Thurland.
For.
Councillor Lloyd Bunday.
For.
Councillor Mark Deering.
For.
Councillor Scott Edwards.
For.
Councillor David Howes.
For.
Councillor Mark Rowley.
Or
Thank you, Chair. That's unanimous.
Wonderful. And let's hope they stay on track and finish the work as soon as possible. Thank you, John. We now come on to item 10, redesignation of the Southwest Kettering Headlands Community Neighbourhood Forum. And I believe that Martin Hammond is speaking to this report. Where is your poster?
Yes,
There.
thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. This is very much a process issue. The arrangements where there are no sponsoring parish council for a neighbourhood plan, which is obviously the case here, is that a neighbourhood forum is established to produce and develop the plan. They're only allowed a lifetime of 5 years, and the existing forums are now running up to its 5-year limit. So we're asking you to renew its existence so that they can complete their plan work. Clearly, on the 1st of April next year, the new town council will come into being, and they will then take ownership of the neighbourhood plan. So I would expect them to probably allow the forum to continue as some form of subgroup of the town council. That's clearly their decision, but I think by then the forum will be very close to completing its work anyway. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much for that. We have no speakers, so I'll go straight to Councillor Scott Edwards.
Thank you. Yeah, this is just a piece of work that just needs renewing, really. And I have to say that being the ward councillor for the Headlands area, I know how much work has been put into that. And I would recommend that we do renew it, and that the town council, when it comes about next year, does take it on board. There's a lot of work from residents of the Headlands area that has gone into this, and I fully support it.
Has anybody got any questions? We'll therefore go to a named vote again.
Thank you, Chair. I'll read out each councillor's name in turn as before. Councillor Russell Roberts.
For.
Councillor Leslie Thurland.
For.
Councillor Lloyd Bunday.
For.
Councillor Mark Deering.
For.
Councillor Scott Edwards.
For.
Councillor David Howes.
For.
Councillor Mark Rowley.
or
That's unanimous, Chair.
Wonderful. I'm glad it's unanimous as well, because it's really exciting for the community to come together like this. That is item 10, and I have no other items on the agenda, so I would say to you all, be careful, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks, Chair. Good night.
Chair.
Good night.
Good night.